"Not My President's Day" rallies bring thousands to the streets. A broad range of activists opposed to the month-old Trump administration used Monday's President's Day holiday to hold Not My President's Day rallies nationwide. While most government workers, school employees and students enjoyed a day off due to the federal holiday, events took place in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles and as many as 24 other communities, organizers said. In New York, hundreds of protesters gathered shortly after noon near Columbus Circle, home to a statue of Christopher Columbus, and the Trump International Hotel and Tower, which was blockaded by police. At the southwest corner of Central Park, nearly opposite the hotel, protesters chanted "Hey hey, ho ho, Donald Trump has got to go." Thousands more gathered in the streets nearby in anticipation of being allowed to march south. Many people carried placards, some of them strident, some amusing. "I don't pay taxes to fund a golf weekend," said one, while others pleaded that Americans just say no to fascist pigs and no. "We refuse to accept a fascist America." One elderly woman carried a poster resembling a book cover entitled "The Little Golden Book of Alternative Facts." "My family immigrated into this country from the Dominican Republic," said Maria M. Maldonado, 23, of Yonkers, New York. She said she attended the rally because of President Trump's immigration policies and the specter of authoritarianism. "My great-grandparents and grandparents came here to escape poverty and to get away from the dictatorship of President Rafael Trujillo. I don't want my family to live under another totalitarian regime." Another attendee, Monica Lim, 26, of Brooklyn, said Trump's attitude toward Muslims reminded her of the Asian exclusion legislation of the late 19th and early 20th centuries in the United States. "It was the yellow peril then, and it is the hijab peril now," she said, referring to the scarf worn by many Muslim women. She also said she foresees a time when the rise of China could bring about clashes between an undisciplined Trump White House and an increasingly ambitious Beijing regime. Another protester, John Winterton, 33, of Hastings-on-Hudson, NY, a suburb north of the city, said he was most worried about Trump's attitude toward the press. Pointing to the row of television trucks present to cover the rally, he said, "They're here to shine light on the truth, not to create fake news. Sometimes they get things wrong, but they usually correct it quickly, and the overall performance of the media in this country is truthful. It's not fake news. The real fakery here is Donald Trump and his team's alternative facts." Janice Rosenberg, 68, of Manhattan's Upper West Side, said she feared the rise of Trump and other right-wing leaders could portend a return to the kind of dictatorial regimes that resulted in the deaths of several relatives in the Holocaust. "I like to think that Trump will be held back by the checks and balances of the American system," she said, "but other countries are not as fortunate as we are in having a firm constitution. And the virus can spread." In the crowd, a lone Trump supporter with a red "Make America Great Again" baseball cap had a mixture of heated and light-hearted exchanges with protesters. As the exchanges grew more heated, television crews, photographers and reporters gathered to witness the scene. In Los Angeles, hundreds of protesters descended on City Hall chanting "Not My President." No official count was available, but organizers put the size of the rally at more than 1,000, many times smaller than the January 21 Women's March, which attracted 750,000.